Hello everyone, it's your girl Mimi Blinks and more. Sorry, I've been very busy. I've not posted in a while, so today I want to teach you something that can fetch you money if you know how to do it. What am I talking about? I'm talking about making box templates. Are you excited? So that's what I mean, creating a box that can house any product of your choice. So like for the one we'll be creating, I just want to create this, okay, this box that is housing a powder. Okay, so as we can see, there is an outer box, then there is an inner box that is housing this powder. Okay, so but for this video we'll be concentrating on this outer box. Okay, so the principle is the same. So once you've learned how to do this, you can create other shapes of boxes that can fit any product. So you can get connected to a company making a product, or you can also create box for your own products and sell. Okay, so maybe in another video, maybe we'll call this part 1. In another video we'll also be learning how to do the inner box for a product. All these are dependent on the shape of the product you are working with, but for this you can see, so this is how this is packaged. This will also help to give structure to this outer casing. You can see. Okay, so if you're interested, keep watching because a lot of things will be taught in this video. All right, let's progress. So I'm going to be using Silhouette Studio. I'm using the designer edition. Okay, so let me focus the camera so you can see my screen better. All right, so this is a box, so you can see how many sides does this box. This box is made up of shape. First of all, it is made up of shape, so you can see this is a rectangle, this is another rectangle, this is another rectangle. Okay, so boxes are made of shape. Okay, so this rectangle has a duplicate this way, then it has two sides, and then it has it's also another side, but this side will be tucked in. Okay, so this is another side to be tucked in. So we have front, the back, this side, 1 2 3 4, but 2 sides will be tucked in. Then we also have a flap that will help to make this tuck in effective on both sides. Okay, so we'll start by creating the front. All right, so like we said, it's a rectangle. So going to my icon bar, I'm going to choose a rectangle. This is the normal flat rectangle. Okay, so before we start this, actually let me delete this. So before we start this, it's usually good for you to go to your display panel. Okay, in this display panel you can put you come here, show grid lines if you want. For me, I want it show guides. Okay, then snap to grid. Okay, or snap to guide. So for me, I want to use snap to guides. Okay, then make sure that your ruler is on. For example, my ruler was on before, now it's on. So this is the ruler, both horizontal and vertical ruler. This will help you to produce a box that is symmetrical and to be easy for you to fold. Okay, I don't really like this crosshair, so this is just what I'm going to do. So this ruler will be on, my snap to guide, show guide, and show grid. So this is the grid lines, these blue lines you're seeing, and the black ones in between. If I click on it, you see it goes off, it becomes a plain sheet. So it's now on. Then the guide, so the guidelines will be some blue lines you see as we progress with the work. Then snap to guide is also to give you the alignment. All this you see as we progress with the template formation. So I'm removing, unchecking snap to grid. So let's start. So I come to rectangle. So in drawing this my rectangle, you have to measure because we are replicating this particular box, so we need to know its dimension. That's the first thing. Okay, so the front of this rectangle measures, you're going to take your measuring tape. So like this one I am measuring, sorry if my tape is not so clear. So this is like 3.1 here, so I'm going to do approximately, okay, let's just say this is 3.125. okay, so I'm just going to draw a rectangle. My cursor is already there, so I draw a rectangle. Okay, so once I have this selected, okay, I only measured one side, so this is 3.125. then the other side of the rectangle should also be measured. Okay, so this is even looking more like a square. Okay, so it's looking more like a square because this is 3.125 too. So in drawing a square, I can actually use this rectangle to get a square. Okay, so I'll open this this padlock, as you can see, and then in the width, that's this part, I'm going to put 3.12, click on enter. Then in the height, which is now this part, I'm going to click 3.12 and enter. Okay, and I have my square. Another way to draw a square is for you to choose the rectangle. Okay, then you click on the shift key before you start drawing. Okay, so this is it. So you can see that the dimensions will be the same. 4.064, 4.064. so I can still come here and do the same thing. If I put 3.125, click on it and come here, 3.125, and I click on it, so it's give me another perfect square. So let's see this. So I did 3.120 here, so actually make it 5. 125, 125. Click on enter. Okay, so we now have our square for this side. Okay, so the next thing, if you open up, you know this has been glued. You can see this has been glued to this side. Okay, so once we do this, the next part that is going to be attached to this is the side. Okay, so we want to put the side this way, then come back to another, the back, and then another side. Okay, then we have the flaps. The flaps will be at the tip of this front one. That's this. Okay, hope I'm not confusing you. Just follow me as we move along. So this is the front, so we're going to be doing this side. So this side, we'll create it this way. So we'll measure again. So in measuring this one, we are just interested in the width alone. So the width gave me 1 inch. Okay, I don't know whether you're seeing the amount of focus. So gave me 1 inch. Okay, so because it's attached to this front, it will have the same height because the attachment is to this height. So it has the same height and a different width. Okay, so we're going to do another box that is 3.125 in height, but the width will be 1 inch. So I can decide to duplicate this box, and the way I will duplicate it, I can either click on it, right click, and say duplicate. Okay, it gives me a second box. So this is the second box. Let me take it out. So this is the second box. Okay, so you can see those blue lines, that is the guidelines. Okay, then snapping will try to, when you want to equalize them, it will show you that they are together. So that's what it means by snapping. Okay, so this is another box. So but what I need is a box that has, let me color this box so it will be easier for us to see. So we're going to make this box, let's say black. Okay, so this is black. Then this other box, let me make the sides pink. Fine. So this is supposed to be the side. It should have the same height but a different width. So the width, I'm going to come up here and change the width to 1 inch. So that's 1.0. Good. So we have this. So I can now bring this. So unless I see those blue lines, then I will know that they are perfectly aligned. So I want it to be aligned same way at the top. So I'm not seeing it, that means it's not. Okay, so now it is aligned. Okay, so this is the front. I just created this first side, then I want to create this side. So since it's the same dimension, they should have the same dimension as the width and the height. So I'm going to duplicate this again. So I'll teach you another method of duplicating. So it's highlighted. You can come to this icon, click on this. It's called the replicate panel. So come to this panel. So when you click on it, it will tell you you can duplicate. So this is duplicate to the left, duplicate to the right. So I can click for it to duplicate to the left. So it has created another box for me. Then I'm also going to carry it and make sure that it is aligned with this. Okay, fine. So this is its own alignment. So we have created this. So the next connection is this one. Okay, so the next connection is the back. So the back is another duplicate of this. So I can come here and say duplicate to the left again. So that's duplicated. I'm going to carry it to the side. Okay, and make sure that it is aligned with this one. Fine. Sorry about this. Okay, are we following so far? So because I'm out of my grid line, I may just copy everything so that I can move it towards this side. So everything will be in the center. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so this, we've created this, we've created this, we've created this, we've created this. So you see that this will now attach to this, should attach to this side. And so if I disfigure this box, or if you look closely, you see there's an attachment from this back part to the next side. There's a connection. So this thing is called a tag. So I'm going to be creating a tag here, which will be what will now attach this back part to the side of this other side. Okay, so how do we create a tag? So if you come here, that's why I say you have to have the okay, I'll show you two methods. For this method now, I'm using the business edition. So in the business edition, if I come here, I have what is called tags. So the tag is just a polygon with 3 sides, so you can see it. So I'm going to draw a polygon. Okay, let me draw one here so we can all see it. Okay, so this is it. All right, so this is a polygon, but most of these flexi shapes in Silhouette Studio, they are not seen as shapes unless you convert them to part, that's making them shapes. So to convert it to part, we click on it, right click and click on convert to part. So you see those red dotted lines, nodes have disappeared. So it's now a shape. Okay, so you can see the shape. So this shape is what I'm going to be connecting to this back side, such that it will connect to this other side. Okay, so what I'm interested is this base. This base, I want this base to have this height of 3.125. But if you see in the measurement of this, the height and the width it is measuring, it will not tell you what this dimension is. But now that's the advantage you have with your snap guide. Okay, so let's color this one too, so we give it pink as well. Okay, So I'm going to take this and I'm going to this base now. Sorry, this base is what I want to attach to this side. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate it so I can come to this if I go to object, okay, if I go to object, it will take me to rotate. Okay, because this is actually rotate, but let's use this. Okay, it will come. If I go to rotate, I can say rotate by 90 degrees clockwise. So can you see it has tilted it? Okay, so I will bring it down. You can see that it is wider than the height of this, so I have to start reducing it. So in reducing it, you cannot use this because look at what is given as the height and the width is not this part, so you can only adjust it from here. So when you adjust it, you keep checking it to make sure that it's the size. So see, it's still bigger. Keep adjusting. So it's still bigger. Adjust. Bringing it down. It's now smaller. I have to go a little. Okay. 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 So can you see those blue lines? So it shows that it is now attached to this. All right, so this is fine, but I don't want the width of this tag to be more than 0.5. So you can see it is giving me 0.65, so I can come here where I see 0.65. because I rotated it, is showing that it's height, but at this with the 90 degrees rotation, actually the width, but you can see this number 0.653. so it's the same number that is a level of height, so that's why I want to change. So this will give me 0.5 is what I want. Make sure that your lock is open. Okay, so this is what it has done, and you can now see that there's a white space showing that it is not attached to this. So if I want it to be attached, I'm going to move it, keep moving it till I see those blue lines. So let's see, I know that it's attached and I will leave it there. Okay, so we are through with front, side, back, side, and then the attachment. Okay, no, I didn't do it. I didn't say it well. So side, I started with side, front, another side, the back, and then the flip that attaches this back to another side. Okay, so that is it. So it's called a tag. Okay, so what's remaining? We need this. Okay, so we need this. So this is actually attached to the upper side of this box. Okay, so you see we have it on both sides body of the box. One is facing front, the other one is facing backwards. So this is also a tag. Okay, so we're going to create it. So you can see here it's also a rectangle, then with another tag that will fold in like this. Okay, so why we call it tag is because at that point we are going to put score lines that we use in folding. So let's measure this rectangle. So from here to here should have the same 3.125. Should have the same width as the body. Using the wrong side of, okay, 3.125. Then you take the height. The height is 1 inch. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we have a box. Let's let me replicate this one. So another way to duplicate is to do control, maybe down arrow. It will create me another box. Okay, so I want a box that is this width, but the height is 1. So I come here and do the height to be 1. So this is 1.0. So it has given me this. So I'm going to also color this one pink. Okay, then I want to create this tag that will help me to tug it in. Okay, so I've already taught us how to create tags, so we can come here and create another polygon. Okay, so since this has the same width, I can actually use this. Okay, so I'm going to also duplicate it and bring it here. Okay, another way to rotate is to use this. You can use this to rotate, but sometimes if you don't get the real angle, so you see it's horizontal, so I can bring it down, just this, bring it down, or carry it with my arrow key and attach it here. Okay, so you can see it's not, the rotation was not perfect. That's why you can see that white this time. That's why I prefer to use, we're still doing that, I prefer to use the, even this, I don't think it's so perfect, it's still looking a little slanted, just a little tilt. Okay, I think this is okay. Okay, but if you can see, this is too slanted. It's too slanted for what we want. Okay, it's too slanted. We're trying to copy this. Okay, so what I can do, I may not use this. This will not be a perfect shape for what we want to do. What I can do is to come back to this, but this time around I will choose a rounded rectangle. So if I draw a rounded rectangle, okay, just like we said, let's see, this one I'll convert it to part as well, so it's now a shape. Okay, I will make the width, make sure that the width is 3.125, 125. Okay, and then the height, I want the height, all my tags, I like my tags to be 0.5, so this will also be 0.5. you put enter. Okay, so this part, I want this part to be straight. Okay, so I'll double click on it to create nodes for me. Okay, it has created nodes. This is what we call nodes after double clicking. So if I put this, no, this one, okay, I want it to be straight, so I'll go out by 1, 2. Let's see, it's not straight, go back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is bending it, 6. Okay, so it's 6. If I click on this one too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see this one tilted out a little, even this one tilted out a little. I don't want that, so I double click again on this one, no, on this, the lower node, and go in by 1. Same thing here, click on this one, go in by 1. Okay, you see it is straighter now, so I can carry this. Okay, because I'm going to still attach this one with a little overlap, I can make this 0.6. You get to understand what I'm saying? So let me make this 0.6 to increase the size a little. So I'll carry, let me give it a color. Let's say, let's just put it purple so that we can see what I'm doing. Oh, okay, it's natural. So if I bring this and I put it here, okay, have I gotten that shape? Not perfectly well. So this is straight, so let's adjust this one. We've only gotten the lower border is straight, but this you can also double click and bring in the nodes. Okay, so this one, you can click on this one and go in by maybe 1, 2, 3. Click on this as well and go in by 1, 2, 3. Let's see how the curve is. Okay, so you see we're getting the curve. So if you want it to be curvier, we can come here again and keep adjusting the nodes till you get what you want. So I'm clicking on this, so I want to go in by 1, 2, and see how it looks like. Okay, good. So do the same thing, and I'll come here I'm going by 1, 2. So can you see we have a good curve now that is similar to this? Okay, so we're going to bring this, carry it along and oppose it to this. So once they align, you see those snap guides, you can leave it. Okay, I want to merge this into one shape. So what I can do is to make them overlap. So you see I've tapped in by 1. Okay, 1 key downwards. Okay, then I can now put all of them together. Okay, right click and say wealth. Can you see? So this is a shape it has given me, but this is showing me that this was not completely straight with this, so I can actually undo and repeat that again. Okay, so I want to separate this one. You see the snap guide, so if it's like this, okay, so that shows is this side that is a little off. So bring out my notes again, and let's see, this one, no, this one, this note is the one I want. Why is this selecting the wrong note? No, this one, go in. Let me see. Let's see whether it is a perfect fit. Okay, so we have this. Then okay, I can now overlap. Let me click this, overlap it by 1. Okay, so that's why I made it 0.6. So when I overlap, it will not be too big. I can even overlap by 2. Okay, 2 clicks downwards. Then we'll do this, right click and well. Okay, so I still have a little, this one is not noticeable, it mustn't be so perfect. Okay, so this is what we have. So for this we are putting it this way. Okay, then we are going to come to our replicate panel and say duplicate downwards. Okay, or since I want it to be turned, I would rather say mirror. So if I mirror downwards, it will turn it already for me. Okay, so I will just carry it and put it this way. Okay, very good. So you see we have this. Okay, so the first, this is our side. Okay, yes, I think I have reversed it, so this one should be here. Okay, because this is our front, we are following this. It doesn't mean that this is wrong, but since we are following this, so this is the front, the attachment is on top of it. So let's do that. And so fine, then take this one. So we have this side as the first, this as the second, as the front, another side, then the back. So you see the back has this, so we're going to take this and we're going to move it to this point. Okay, so far so good. Are we following? Okay, then look at the tags. These tags, we need to create these tags now. So this is the tag that will fold into this. So we'll have a tag here, we'll have a tag here, we'll have a tag here, we'll have a tag here. So these are the ones that will fold inward like this. Okay, so the measurement is still going to be the width of this, going to be the width of this, then the height we can make it, maybe let's measure this one and see what it is, but it should be like 0.75 or so. Okay, you see what I was saying? So about that 0.75 or a little, so 0.75, so that when we overlap it will be perfect. Okay, so that's the tag we'll use here. So let's create another tag. So we can come back to this. Okay, I said I was going to teach you another way to make tags, but I prefer making with this. But in case you don't have the business edition of Silhouette Studio. Another way to create a tag, so let me show you with this. So assuming that this is we had this box to be 3.125 by 1 inch, I think 1 inch. So let's do this one to be the same thing. So the width is the width that will be 1 inch, so 1.0. okay, so let's give it a color pink. Okay, then we want to do a tag for it, so we're going to, let's duplicate this. So let's just say duplicate upwards. So it has given me this. Let's delete this one. It has given me this. Let me put this one, the color to be purple, so we can see what we are doing. So we say we want the height of this to be 0.75. so let's say 0.75, but we can see that there is like a note here. Okay, so this one was cut in to go in like this. So that means that it's actually two shapes that were joined. Okay, so we have a rectangle this way that is shorter in width, while this one has the same width and then the note was tilted. Okay, so I think that's what we do. Also have this same one full width, but the note was tilted. So let's use this first one, assuming this is if all of this is 0.75, we can use this as 0.25. so let's make the height of this 0.25. I hope you are following. You can ask questions in the comment section for parts that you did not understand. It's a little technical, especially if you've not done this before. Okay, so this is 0.125. Then I can create another triangle from this. Let's just say duplicate again. So I can click on this one, duplicate upwards. So it gives me another triangle, another rectangle. Okay, which height I can make to be 0.5. so the height of this one will be 0.5. so together 0.5. okay, then this one, sorry, I think I made this one 0.125. this will be 0.25. 0.25. okay, so at the end of the day 0.5 0.25 will give me 0.75, which is the total. Then maybe when I overlap, you can just drop something a little. Okay, so this is what I have. So the width of this other triangle is a little smaller, so it's not complete 1 inch, so I can make it 0.52. so the width, instead of 1, I'll make it 0.5, 0.75. 0.75. okay, are we good to go? All right, so this 0.75, this is okay, so we're going to try to make them to have these two boxes, this and this. So let's copy two of them. We come to alignment to and make all of them to be aligned to the left, so they're equal. Okay, can deselect and then take this one upwards closer to this. But let's, before we join them, let's create this deviation. Let's create this deviation here. So I'm going to double click to get the nodes. So when the nodes come, you click on it. That's not the nodes. You want to take this one and then take it inwards. 1 2. Okay, can you see that's gone in? Okay, meanwhile we also need to move in the nodes of this one. So if we double click on it, what we need is this line to be selected, no, the vertical line. Then we can move inwards. 1, no, this is not the right movement, so it should be no, so I'm moving the wrong nodes actually. So this is vertical. What I should click on is this one, because I want it to move this way. So this 1, 2. Okay, so this is another way to create tags. So you can either create tags using this polygon, okay, or you can create it using the notes, depending on how you want it. So this one I've slanted it twice, but I can decide to slant it more again. So you go in, so 3, 4. Let's see. So I think this is fine. Okay, so now I can now bring in this. So let me use the carriage so that when the snap guide will help us once they align. We're not getting that it has overlapped. Okay, so see, this is what we are getting. I have to shift it and this one to this. So you see, this is the same height. There's a deviation here. This is our deviation. No, there's an error. We didn't get this. This one is still supposed to be the same. The width is still supposed to be 1. Don't know why I made that mistake and made it 1 inch. So corrected. Okay, so I can now move it so that it meets this. Okay, I don't think this is a perfect. What of this? The width of this is 1. The width of this is 1. So it's not matching because of the notes. Okay, let's see. There must always be a way out. That's a beautiful thing about Silhouette Studio. So if we match this, let's see what happens to this. So if I come here now, what I can do now, that means my node is too inside. I can click on this. Okay, can come out. 1, 2. It's still out. So 1 again. Okay, so I think it's not perfect. Let's see how we can align it and be sure that they're snapping on each other. The snapping is not working. Snapping to. Okay, perfect. So you just need to keep manipulating till you get what you want. So we have a little cut. This is not compulsory, you must do this, but just that we are copying this. You can actually keep it straight, but when you come to this part where it will be tucked in, it's usually good to be a little inward so that this can tuck in freely. Imagine if this was straight. You see, there's almost no space for this to go in. Okay, and also the reason for this deviation we gave here. Okay, so it can go in freely. Okay, so that's why we're doing all this. So now that they are together, we want it to I want to weld them, so I have to make them to overlap. So it can overlap by maybe 2 or 1. Then I will group everything and I'm going to weld. So it's now one shape. Okay, so let's go back. So this is the front that has this is this. Okay, so what I'm showing you this is that you have to look at it. You see this slanted part we did for this now. Okay, so I can do a mirror image of this so you understand what I'm saying. So this is replicate, then let's do a mirror image to the right. Okay, so see the mirror image. Okay, you see the mirror image is now exactly what we want for this side. Okay, I've already welded it, so if not I will have even adjusted it again. So we can take this and fit it here. Good. Okay, then we come to the back. So this one, so the next stack is this one, so it's going to be here. It's going to be here. Now what we want it is to have the line should be Okay, good. So far so good. Okay, this part one is so long, we may have to split the video and do it part one, part two, and possibly part three, because I need to show you how to do the score lines and also how to cut it with the Cameo 4 which I have. Okay, then also how to assemble it. Okay, so I think the video will be so long so I think we're going to stop this one here. Okay, then the next part, so we have done all these components. No, we have not completed it, sorry. So we just did this. This is the front. Okay, this side, so you can see his own tag this way. See this one, see his own tag this way. Okay, this is the front. This is what we consider the front, right? I hope I'm not missing. Okay, no, this is supposed to be the front. Okay, so you see the tag, this one. This is the front, this is the zone, this is this. Okay, then this side, and then the tugging in. All right, so then we have not done this and this. Okay, we have done this. This one is this one, so it's this one, so it's remaining this. So looking at it, you can see that this will be opposite of this. So what you just need to do is to do a mirror image. So if you come here, you do a mirror image 2 down, so it reverses it for you and makes your life very easy. Okay, so can you see? You now see you have that deviation. Then come here to do another mirror image downwards to take it in for you. You now come and fix it here. Okay, so with this we have come to the end of this particular part of the video. You see we've created all the components. So let me go over it again for those that are not so clear. So we have this side, this is it, which is tags, so the 2 tags. Okay, we have the front, which is on tag and flip, which is here. Okay, we have this other side with its own tags and flips. Okay, then we have the back with its own tag and the flip for closure. Then we have a connector that will connect this to this. Okay, so making it a box shape like this. Okay, so if you have obtained value from this video, can you please click on the subscribe button, like and share this video. Okay, when you subscribe, you'll be notified whenever I post the next part of this video. Okay, so we can actually delete this is not part of what we're talking about. Okay, so see you when I upload the next aspect of this video, where I'll be teaching you how to insert to convert. Because look at it, if you come here, if you look at it, these are still individual shapes. Okay, you can see all of this, are still individual shapes. So even this here is showing me that this one is already overlapped, but I don't want it overlapped, so I have to take it back. So that's the advantage of the send panel to help you. So see, so this. Okay, so I have to bring up this one. See, my snap guide should be able to give me, this is my snap guide. It's not okay. See, okay, let me go back to send panel and be sure. Okay, you can see there's no longer overlap. Okay, so in the next video I'll be teaching you how to merge this so that they become one. This different shape, they will become one. And also how you can insert score lines. So score lines are the things that will help you to easily fold this from this, easily fold this with this, easily fold the body from the side, easily fold this body from the side. All this, these are score lines. So in the next video I will teach you how to make this a compound shape, so it will be one. not individual shape. I will also teach you how to insert these core lines, okay? And then that will be what I'll teach you in the next video. Then subsequent videos, we are going to cut this template that we have created, okay, and then assemble it, so that these videos will not be so long and you are going to enjoy them. All right, see you in the next video. Love you till we meet again. Bye.